Hi everyone, you have reached Chronicles of the Gray Hair Diva. If this is your first time, welcome. If not, welcome back. For all of you out there, hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so that every time I upload a video, you will be notified. Hit the like button, chat with me in the comments, and when I get an opportunity, I will chat back. Share my video with your friends and family so that they can come to my channel and get to know me also. I'm here today with a video on the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, but specifically Erika Jayne. Erika Jayne and her husband Tom have been under fire lately because it's alleged that their lavish lifestyle that we have been seeing since season 6 when Erika Jayne joined the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills franchise, living in mansions, driving expensive cars, Erika Jayne and her glam squad and her expensive clothes and her bragging about how much money she spends on a month on all of them. She always said on the show when she flies, she brings her entire team with her. They all fly first class, etc., etc. And we all probably was watching it all like, oh my God, that's something to, look up to, I guess, and achieve. She brings a whole glam squad with her. But little did we know that allegedly all of this was being done on the victims' backs of the man they hired, her husband, to represent them when they was in horrific accidents. Against big companies to represent them, only to find out when he got the settlement, they never saw a dime of it, okay? So this is what they're currently, Tom, her husband, is currently being sued for. Erika filed for divorce. Erika claim is, she had no clue, no idea. And right now, the lawsuits are all against her husband. But she got a little punch in the gut this week because the judge ruled that some of the victims will be allowed to sue Erika Jayne for $11 million. That was her first punch in the gut this week. The second punch in the gut, last year, Rihanna has, she's a singer, entrepreneur. She has a makeup line, a lingerie line. It's Fenty Beauty. And so last year, because Rihanna is a big fan of the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, she was in love with Erika Jayne. So the Fenty Beauty people reached out to Erika Jayne. They wanted her to be the face of the lingerie line. They gave her a 6-month contract, which she fulfilled, okay? And actually, they said she did extremely well. She brought in a whole new clientele to the Fenty lingerie line. All of her pictures were beautiful. And I won't take this away from Erika Jayne. She is a very beautiful woman. And for her to be, I want to say she might have just turned 50. She's absolutely gorgeous. But with Carry On, she had a Fenty contract. It was a 6-month contract. They said she did very well. However, they said in light of everything that's going on right now, don't know if she's still a good look for the company. So they're not renewing this 6-month contract that she had. But in addition to that, the renewal is not coming because apparently, I guess Erika Jayne, before all of this started going down between her and her husband, was planning on coming out with her own lingerie line. So between those two factors, they said, you know what, we're not renewing the contract right now. There's no talks about renewing it. So Erika Jayne has lost that particular deal with the Fenty Beauty line. Erika, though, on the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, she still seems to be so cold, so removed from the whole situation, just so defensive in a lot of ways. And my thing is that even if Erika had no clue what her husband was doing, no clue where this money was coming from, now that she's hearing all of these current stories, why wouldn't she say to herself, you know what my husband did was unfortunate, or what he is being accused of is unfortunate, but I want to make a wrong right as best I can. In any shoe, dress, jewelry I have, I want to sell it and let the proceeds go to all of these victims. In addition to that, Erika Jayne wrote a book, Pretty Mess. I want to say she wrote it in 2018. It was her memoir. and it's being sold on Amazon. I would have also said, any proceeds that come from my book, Pretty Mess, I want it to go to the victims until they all get paid back. In addition to that, I want to say maybe it was 2009 when she came out with her first debut album, which was called Pretty Mess also. I would say any royalties, anything, give it to the victims. No, I did not know what was going on. I did not know where this money was coming from. I feel horrible. Okay, my heart is broken. And I want to do whatever I can to right this wrong. And I will start with these little gestures of selling my clothes, my shoes, my jewelry, and giving them the proceeds to any project that I ever did until they are paid back. But no, instead of that, she's sitting in our face on the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills every week, and we're hearing nonsense from her. Okay? And ironically, she has this song. She says, and the title of it is called How Many F's Do I Give? And within that song, part of the lyric says 0. And that's what it's appearing like she's doing to us in our face every week on the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, showing us how she doesn't give a. So recently on that show, she mentioned on the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills, she was talking, she mentioned during my confessionals or whatever, or talking to whoever, that she, this is the first time, I think it's actually going to be an upcoming conversation. This is the first time in her life that she has ever had to worry about money. Well, honey, your husband's clients had to worry about money for years. And they thought they was about to finally get some money that they never got when their case was settled. So she said after 20 years of marriage, this is the first time she ever had to worry about money. But it's okay. Why? Because she has plenty of shoe collaboration deals. Well, whoever still has a shoe collaboration deal with her, shame on y'all. She talked about her book she wrote, her stint she did on Broadway, and she said some other stuff. I mean, I listen and half listen because it's almost like really whatever. Again, like I said, it's a possibility that maybe in the beginning she had no clue where all of this money that her and her husband was spending was coming from. And maybe she didn't know till just recently. But like I said, she knows for a fact now. We're going to need you to show a little bit more compassion for the victims. Not just be crying about yourself and how you're not going to be able to continue this lavish lifestyle that you lived in front of our eyes off of someone else's money, allegedly. And what is also a little shocking to me, I'm not sure at what point in the season did the producers and Bravo realize all of this that's going on with her and Tom. If she's on for the next season, I'm going to be a little shocked because we had other Housewives franchise and other Housewives celebrities get fired for less than this situation that Erika is in right now. So if she gets to stay for another season, then we're going to need Bravo to call back all of those other housewives that got fired for less. I remember that allegedly they didn't bring Sheree back because from the Real Housewives of Atlanta because she was dating a convict. So you're dating a known convict, but we find out that allegedly these people have stolen money from victims and they could stay, she could stay on it. That's okay. It's a hot mess. And again, another ironic thing is that she called her memoir Pretty Mess. And yes, this whole situation is pretty messy. But listen, guys, I'm going to keep my eyes on it, okay? I'm going to keep up to date with the latest information. It's interesting how this judge ruled in their favor that they can now sue Erika. I wonder how this is going to go, because I think she's going to claim that she's just dead broke, because her husband is currently claiming that there's no money, like these millions and millions and millions of dollars, and there's no money. So I wonder if Erika is going to do something similar and claim that she has no money, so them trying to sue her for $11 million is going to go nowhere. Also wonder if Bravo is going to allow her to come back yet again another season. And I do want to see how the rest of this season plays out. Another thing is, it's ironic that her castmates, they're really not digging in on her. They dug in more with poor what's her name when they thought she slept with another female or something like that. They dragged her for filth. But Erika, they dancing around it. They won't ask her one question. That's very interesting to me. But anyway, guys, listen. See you in the next video. Thanks for listening and stay safe. Bye.